So this is going to be the true test. Dragon Eye Compact has the tightest beam, hardest to defeat, especially up close. Boom. Nothing. I mean, that's curtains if you see up close. No reading, no ECCM being triggered, perfect jamming all the way up to the gun, especially on a big square box like a Jeep Wrangler. What's going on, guys? Matt Schaeffer back here with another Musaic radar and laser defense system for you. This one is an OEM Stealth in a Jeep Wrangler 392, so let's get right into it. So obviously you heard me say stealth. What that means is we fully 3D scan the full car, the front, the rear bumper, the interior, and create bespoke parts to conceal the sensors and interior components to make it look like it's a factory option. Completely hidden, you cannot see the sensors, you cannot see the radar receivers, everything perfectly integrated into the front end. So in the front, obviously a Jeep is always going to be a little bit difficult to defend against because it is big and boxy. There's a lot of reflective metal on the front of this thing. Look at the bumper. So the first thing we have to do is get the sensors into that bumper somehow because it is way further out than the grille. So with that being said, we created these really cool looking pods here that again are 3D scanned to that front. You can see that arc, that line mimics the top one on our pod, and everything fits perfectly with that front bumper. We have a transmit and a receive on the front end of this. So 2 sensors in one pod, 2 sensors in that pod. So that's going to make up the whole front end of the laser LiDAR defense. Now, as far as the front radar, presented a challenge because you cannot install a radar receiver behind a metal bumper. There just isn't that much depth. And to mount it vertically, you would have seen the whole radar receiver there in the bumper. So what we decided to do is we created these really awesome pods here underneath the fenders. So looking at that, the radar receiver is actually behind this area here. If you look back here, the pod we created then goes up, the wiring goes up into the engine bay, but everything is completely concealed and looks like a factory option on the front end of this Jeep. So again, if you're in a place where this is technically illegal, there is no picking up the system, there is no picking up this radar with the radar detector. So if cops are using the Spectre, this is immune to that. So if you are in a state like Virginia, cops aren't going to pick this thing up, and cops aren't certainly going to see the sensors on your car. But if you're in a state where it is legal, just to have everything integrated in like it's a factory option, that's kind of the goal in that case. If, like I said, you are in a state where this is perfectly legal. Same concept for the rear. We 3D scan the rear bumper, mainly these taillights. If you look close, we have this really awesome fitting pod that perfectly looks like it's a component of this taillight. So you have a shifter in that pod right there, and a shifter in that pod right there. Again, these things look like it is a part of the OEM taillight. You would never know that that has anything to do with jamming a LiDAR gun. Obviously, our rear radar receiver is tucked up there under the bumper as well.
X-band, K-band, Ka-band, laser, GPS connected.
Now, we always make these little infotainment displays. So right there, I just removed the magnetic cover that conceals the Uniden R9W control pad. Just pop that back up there. Again, completely hides the entire system. That display, if you look closely, sits behind smoked acrylic. So if I hit the master power kill switch here, you can see that whole screen just goes completely dark. That whole thing is 3D scanned to fit inside that factory tray. So again, when you're sitting here, it looks like it's a factory option. It's right in your line of sight. And again, you can easily get to any of the adjustments here. So we have our speaker installed here in the center console to make this whole system louder. So now let's check out to see how this thing performed. All right, it's gonna be Dragon Eye Compact from the front, unlimited jamming. So this is gonna be the true test. Dragon Eye Compact has the tightest beam, hardest to defeat, especially up close. Boom. Nothing. I mean, that's curtains if you see up close. No reading, no ECCM being triggered, perfect jamming all the way up to the gun, especially on a big square box like a Jeep Wrangler. It's going to be Dragon Eye from the front, full size, unlimited jamming to test performance only. Obviously, we're trying to defeat this gun all the way up to the gun, just to see how powerful the sensors are. It's doing so good. I mean, perfection. Find me a system that's going to do better than that, all the way up to the gun. Good luck. And this is showing that it has ECCM active, as you can see there from the camera. ECCM is active. This is the police issue Dragon Eye. And then this is showing you that ECCM is active on our full size. As you can see, this is the police issue Dragon Eye. It's going to be constant jamming Dragon Eye compact from the rear. There you go. Absolutely nothing. Perfect jamming all the way up to the gun. This is going to be time jamming from the front using Dragon Eye full size. There you go. 48 miles an hour at 1,644 feet. Jammed for that 3-second allotment of time. Then I get the reading from the gun very quickly. So again, as long as I get my reading fairly quickly, as a cop, I don't think that vehicle has any jammers on it. So again, that's another real world scenario with the Dragon Eye full size. It's gonna be time jamming from the rear. So there you go. Again, I got that 3 seconds, which allowed him the time to slow down. I don't know the system's being jammed. I get a reading fairly quickly within 500 feet from the rear, which is very quick. So again, that's how it's going to help you defeat speeding tickets from the rear in a real world scenario. It's going to be Dragon Eye compact with time jamming in the front. So there you go. I got 57 miles an hour at 1,282 feet. So again, right now it's set to time jamming, so it's going to give him a few seconds to allow him to slow down. It's going to jam for that amount of time, and it's going to again give him the time to slow down. So it's programmable from 1 to unlimited, and then the system is automatically going to turn its defense off, letting me get a signal from the gun here. And just note, this gun does have ECCM built in. There's no jamming codes or anything like this. It's sending the exact algorithm back to the gun, so I don't know that this is actually being jammed if I'm the cop shooting. So that's how this is going to help you in a real world scenario. So as you can see, this thing, I mean, performed perfectly, as good as you can ask for. Again, it's always a little bit more difficult to protect something like a Jeep or a truck because it's a larger, more reflective front end. It's generally square to the road, so you really have to test the system well to make sure that there are no open spots within the car when you're shooting it with a good gun like Dragon Eye. But yeah, this thing performed perfectly from the front and the back. I think the back is the most surprising, as I did expect to get a hit at some point with Dragon Eye, because again, you have 2 shifters and you also have that big wheel in the center, dividing the two from each other. So yeah, a few cool facts about the Uniden R9W here is you can actually program each individual shifter to see if you want it to be a transmit or a receive. So why that comes in handy is because when you're testing, if you do get a hit, you can start reconfiguring the sensors to see if it performs better if you just, let's say for instance, make the outside sensors transmit and the inside receive, or vice versa. Or if you stagger transmit receive, there's a bunch of different combinations that you can do, based on the car, as long as you're testing, to see what configuration is going to work the best. So that's kind of what we do when we dial the system in, when we do the system testing on the road like you just saw. These systems are immune to the Spectre, which is a radar detector. So if you're in a state like Virginia and they use that technology, that system is not going to pick up the system. Cop car can be basically right behind you in traffic and not pick up the system. It's completely immune to it. Another cool fact about these systems is they have auto muting. So what that means is there is a GPS sensor built into this unit. If you drive around a "your speed is" sign that's on the side of the road, you drive by it 2 or 3 times, it's going to end up knowing that that's a false, because it is the same exact frequency and the same exact GPS location. So it's going to start muting out all the falses. And why that's important is because now when you're driving around, after it knows your route and everything around you, it will only go off when there's an actual threat. So thank you guys so much for following along all these videos. If this is the first video you're seeing us do here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you drop a comment, help out that algorithm any way that you can. Make sure you hit the alert bell letting you know anytime we drop a new video. If you want to check out our website, musaicdesign.com/radar, this will be a one-stop shop in which you can find all the different projects that we've done. Every different type of car we've done, every type of build, audio, radar, in one easy to find spot. You can see the full build log, the full video workup, the full write-up, everything there in one easy to find location. If you want to contact me for a job, here's my phone number followed by my email address. These are the 2 best points of contact for me. So again, if you want to get a job done, contact me here. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. We drop a lot of shorter videos on here as it's quicker to edit there. This project was probably uploaded to TikTok well before YouTube, so if you want to see it first, check us out on TikTok. Same thing with Instagram. We do a lot of reels, same format. We drop a lot of videos there well before they make it out to YouTube. And like always, guys, I appreciate the feedback, I appreciate the follow, and
until next time, peace.